Hello there, everyone, and welcome. It's time to dig deeper into a psychic subject today. And the subject today is spirit guides. I've had a few messages in the last couple of days asking for some basics. What are they? How do we know they're there? How do we choose them? How do they choose us? That kind of a thing. So I want you to do what I ask everyone to do when we're thinking about the other side, which is to just pretend it does work exactly like Earth. Just think of it that way. So think of people that you think of on Earth who are mentors or guides. And then think about how that works. Sometimes they show up in your life for just a little while. Sometimes they show up in your life very early and they're there for the whole thing. Sometimes they come in just at really pivotal and important moments. But the thing to say about them is that they move and ebb and flow based on our needs, based on where we go and how we experience life, and based on their own paths. We have to remember these are separate energies from us with intentions, purposes, reasons, things that they're trying to accomplish. If we're going to imagine that they're there, we might as well go full on and imagine they have, consciousness, intention, days where they feel big, days where they feel small. Let's not forget that they really are a holographic duplicate of us. It's just like they're living in the apartment upstairs. So I want you to know that. So guides can be our loved ones who have passed away. They can be energies that move along onto our path in that apartment upstairs that might have some knowledge or an ability to help us with something that's going on in our life. And they can be people that are just fond of us and that we're fond of. So they just hang around and pop in and help us every once in a while. Now, another theory of mine is that our spirit guides can actually be some quantum memory, some of our past life personality stuff kind of moving up there. And we know as human beings, it's healthy to have a concept of autonomy. I am me, you are you, we're all good. So, I can vouch when you start to tell people you're hearing voices and stuff, there's question right away. So we want that one mind. Absolutely. So yet some of my earliest experiences were having these concepts of this Egyptian guide. And of course, I'm all King Tut, big pegs, lavished in gold, and thought I was more so viewing this separate energy. And over a period of about 10 years, it started to come to me more as memory. I was experiencing being there on some lucid level. And then I soon realized he didn't look like that at all. That's not very short and kind of a little eccentric, kind of a cave dweller, kind of running around just scribbling things down on a notepad and trying to put them together like with this mad scientist file. And watching the movements of snakes and planets and things like that. So when I finally started to have experiences of remembering being there, that's when I realized that our past life information that's there could come to us as a separate energy when it's in fact our own selves. And if we don't have an ability to go past, just like here on Earth, wouldn't it be awful actually if with every sleep we forgot everything we knew before? We'd have to start fresh. I think that with lifetimes, as this floating carbon that's been floating around for a few billion years, I believe that we can have access to things that we have gathered, learned, experienced in the past, and use that wisdom if it is applicable in our current incarnation or space on this earth. So there are a few thoughts on that, and I hope that you take that and think about it, and think about one way to kind of know if you're looking at guides or even past life stuff. Think about any movies you've ever watched or anything you've ever seen of a different culture, time period that you felt drawn to, like you almost felt like you missed it. That can be a little clue that we have something going on there. And think of the fact too that they can change form. So a butterfly can be a spirit guide, basically. And if you ever get animals, I want you to look up in the totem some of the concepts of what that might mean. But remember, that's not set in stone. If a particular animal means something to you, then that's your message, and the other information doesn't override it. So there we go, just a few little tidbits on that. I'm working on some deeper stuff and working away here in my secret lab. But for today, I just wanted to answer that and say hello and thank everybody yet again for tuning in and watching. Have a really wonderful day and have a good weekend.